my soul family, welcome to our spirituality retreat for this full moon in Libra in 2022. My name is Christy Ramirez and I'm your health and wellness expert, owner and CEO of Body, Mind and Spirit, my health and wellness brand. So just a note, this is a special free show event that I present to all of you where we gather for every new and full moon. So this is a twice a month event, and it's also a two-part event. We begin with our spiritual talk where we gather and talk about the different energies that are coming in with this moon cycle, and then we end with a very healing, soothing Ensemble Healing session that you can use throughout the next 2 weeks to heal, to rebalance, to align yourself. And guess what? Those are fireworks in the background. So I am here today gathered on a beautiful, beautiful Saturday evening, which is the night of this full moon in Libra. And I think that it's so magical that there's actually fireworks, and there was fireworks yesterday as well. We do have Easter tomorrow, so this is a double event that we're celebrating here today. The full moon in Libra, which is about relationships, it's about justice, it's about harmony, and it's about realigning as well our life, our goals. So many great things in our destiny. The stars are aligning for us, and this is starting with this full moon. And we are also, of course, celebrating the end cycle of Jesus Christ's life on earth, right? If we are to go along with the story of the Bible, Jesus died on the cross, but he didn't die in spirit. In fact, he resurrected in his even stronger form as his higher self, which was in spirit. And that's what we're also celebrating here today. I do want to bring in Jesus' life here to be honored for our full moon ceremony today. And I think that it's a very, very important time for purification, which is what we're here for, which is one of the main reasons why I always dress in white for this event as well, is to just purify myself. I feel more purified after doing this event and watching it as well. So definitely feel that you can watch this event as many times as needed. And yeah, we might even bring Jesus's words today, which are here in my little shelf here. And yeah, I feel really good today. I really feel that this full moon in Libra is bringing this balance of these areas in our life that are out of sync. These areas in our life that are creating issues in our happiness. Any areas in our life that are also creating blocks to our abundance, to our dream relationship, our dream life, our dream career. All of these things are being cleared out, but we do always need to put in our part. That's where free will comes in. Justice is God's job, but our job is doing something with that justice that comes out of it. The reward, if we've been good, right? And if you're experiencing any karma coming back, this is about closing out those karmic lessons by actually learning the lesson and passing the test. This is about graduation as well. Graduating in areas of our life that are already well overplayed, and we don't need to go back to them anymore, but we do need to pass, because then that means that you are maybe not prepared for the next level if you don't pass. So again, this is like repeating a grade, right? And you definitely don't want to fall into that. Okay, so let us begin by focusing on this full moon in Libra. So Libra is also very representative of relationships. So I am really feeling strongly that this is also a very potent time for relationships to thrive, or to, again, almost like rearrange. I talked about this 2 moon cycles ago, where God is rearranging couples that are new couples. This is applying for those relationships that are relatively new, and that meaning that they've been together a while, but it's failed to go to the depthness that is going to make it last, right? So true intimacy. So if any relationships have been fake, or maybe based on a false self, or pretending to be happy or to be something that they're not, those are the relationships that are going to come down, because it's not going to work if it's off a rocky foundation, right? In order for any relationship to really be strong for the long haul, it needs to have a strong base. And that can only include genuineness, trueness, vulnerability, and deep intimacy, right? And if any of those are lacking, then those are the ones that are just going to be dissolved, preparing and almost like leaving space for something real to come in. And that's beautiful because, you know, nobody wants to be in those relationships. This damages even children involved in those relationships, because they're going to see something that is not really love, and that's what they're going to learn. Remember, children are very moldable, and they learn from what they see and what they experience in their childhood, and that really does determine their beliefs as they grow into adulthood. So it's very important that even as parents, if any of you out there are parents and have children under your guard, that you pay attention to even the actions in your life, because you might not think that it's affecting your children, or that they're not aware of what's going on, or that they're not yet smart enough to comprehend. But trust me that they are. Coming from a big sister that has a brother that is now 13, I've seen him grow up, and he was a smart little boy, learning everything from day one. So don't think that they don't learn. And as a result, from us being like, me and my sister were mature sisters when he was born, so we're quite older than him. I'm 32, so he could have been my child basically when he was born, when I was only 19 to 20 years old. And my sister was relatively in her teenage years, so we were mature when he was born. So all of our actions were very well thought out, right? We weren't acting from impulsiveness. So we taught him good lessons, as well as his parents. You know, even though parents are always learning, they were already mature parents, unlike young parents that are more bound to make mistakes, right? And that's okay as well, because as grown people, eventually we do learn to forgive that and retell the story if we are lucky to be well educated and mature enough to see the situation from loving eyes, right? But not everybody gets that privilege, you can say, or not everybody even just wants to open their heart to be able to do that. But these are the kinds of the reconciliations that are happening for any of you adult women or men who perhaps are working on forgiving your parents, which I know can be very difficult, because if you don't, that will act as a blockage in your romantic relationship. So all of these different dynamics are being healed, which is very interesting, because this is all therapy. This is all psychology that I've studied for over 10 plus years, and these are what were the main issues in my clients that I saw in different companies that I worked for. And I completed that karmic cycle of my life, which was learning from different companies, and now being able to run my own business and being able to see any kind of client with any kind of issue, because I've been in different categories in the psychology field. And these are also the karmic cycles that are closing out during these times, because Libra does rule the court. It rules karmic cycles, so phases in your life that you're ending, right? And my cycle of that ended already like 3 years ago before I started this business. But maybe for some of you out there, you're just closing out those cycles. So maybe you want to now go on your own, right? Maybe you've been the past, like, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 years that you've been working for companies or working for other people. And maybe you're just tired of that, and now you just want to go ahead and do your own thing. This is also the opportunity for that, the golden gate opening up, but you need to jump in before it closes again. And I feel like this is very tight time between these next 2 weeks leading up to the next new moon. So this is very important. It's very exciting, because you see the fireworks also symbolize celebration. It symbolizes even like a graduation. You finish off this part of your life and you're ready now to move up the next level. This is beautiful, because we're all advancing on our soul journey. We are evolving. And if you are already evolved, like let's say you're like me and you're already a CEO, you already have your own business, you are also moving up. And there are always steps to keep going, right? We never end. We never stop growing. This is the time I've been actually doing a lot of preparation to move my business up the next level, to be able to reach my financial freedom, all my dreams that I've ever wanted ever since 10 plus years ago, which led me to begin my career journey in the first place. And this is just the beginning for me, because I know that I'm also stepping up the next level. And I've graduated a lot, and I am now being given opportunities to move it up and push past that threshold that is holding us back between here and now to the next level, to our ascendance, right? And this is very, again, beautiful, because Libra is also very much beautiful. Libra is the second sign after Taurus, which Taurus is the #1 sign that rules the Venus planet. I'm a Taurus, so trust me, I know everything about love, beauty, career, money. Those are all main things that I do worry about, right? Or at least is in my forefront of my concerns. And Libra is the second sign ruled by Venus as well. So this is beautiful, because Venus is really being activated during these times. And right now, astrologically, because we do bring in some astrology, right? We have Mars moving into Pisces, which is, Mars is the opposite of Venus. Mars is the masculine energy. Venus is the divine feminine energy. And this masculine energy being in, so this Mars in Pisces is a very artistic and creative energy, which is expanding our consciousness, our inspiration potential, and all these beautiful projects that we're working on, because this is also ruled by Venus. And these are these projects, these proposals, these ideas that we have perhaps maybe hesitated to take action towards or hold it back. We're really now being pushed to go for it, right? And Libra, also being the rebalancing scale, is telling us that by taking the action, we're actually rebalancing. Because if you're too much in your head, too much in these visions, you're stuck up in the ether realms, right? If you're not grounding it and taking action into this reality, that's how we balance out our mental space, our emotional space, and even our spiritual body. Because we can't just be receiving all of this influx of energy, ideas, inspirations without having an equal balance of in and out, right? Expelling it and making it into something real. So I hope that you understood that metaphor, because this is also the in and out energy, the recycling of energy that has to happen. We need to move up to get the inspiration and then move back down to earth to put it into something real and tangible. All right, so I did actually bring in my astrology chart app to talk a little bit about more of the other planets, because I feel like this is very significant as we move into tomorrow, which is Easter. And as I'm looking at Venus, let me find Venus. All right, Venus right now is in Aries, as we also have the sun in Aries, because we're still in Aries season, but we're very close to Taurus season. Okay, and this Venus in Aries actually changes on Monday to Taurus. So we're like at the very last degrees of Venus in Aries. And this is important because this is all happening in the 9th house, which the 9th house does represent humanitarianism. It represents the teacher aspect, philosophy, and I'm sure other themes as well. But what I'm receiving right now is that with these two last degrees of Venus in Aries, which is just basically Saturday and Sunday, right? This is the last, almost like very passionate energy, almost like a warrior energy, this most energy that we're going to be receiving to go after these inspirations that we are guided towards. So it's like the most motivated that we're going to feel, because once we are Venus in Taurus, it's almost like a comfort zone, right? It is the home sign of Venus. So I feel that there's been a lot of unstable energy, and this is also where Libra's coming in, ironically, right? I feel like when Venus comes into Taurus on Monday, our life's going to feel more stabilized because we have again completed these cycles, these projects. We've made major decisions. This is what Libra rules. Major decisions, like if we're in a courtroom, right? And you have only 2 weeks to make this, and that's pushing it. I would suggest making these decisions this weekend, so I'll definitely make sure to upload this video ASAP so that you all can get this message, because anything later than that, the decision is going to get that much more difficult because you're already almost like settling in, and that is very dangerous because you don't want to settle into something that you know is really not for you, right? Or you know that something's off, and that's going to be much more difficult to get out of for like the next couple years, and maybe even longer, right? These are long astrological transits, not the Venus, but there's other ones that are very long transits. All right, so you definitely want to be very discerning about what doesn't serve you anymore in your life, right? With Libra energy, we're asked to purge what we don't need. So even like little things like charity and like donations, like cleaning out things that you don't need. We've been doing a lot of decluttering during these times. And I feel like there's still more to purge, things that you don't use anymore, right? This can be actual physical things in your home to make room for more, or even just to clear out the space. Make more space and free up the air. Remember that things also take up air. And you want to be very free-flowing in your life. I can't tell you how much more free I feel after all my cleanup I've done. This has been like the deepest spring cleaning, home makeover, you can say, and I'm still going. I have like probably like 2 more weeks of this, and I'm finally finished. So this was more than a month project. This is already going to be the 5th week, moving into the 6th week next week. So I'm feeling like this is a whole 2-month project for me that has taken up time in my life to do things, which is a reason why, you know, I've kind of been late on things to upload and all those sorts of things. But now is where we're being stabilized, right? Because we're starting a new cycle, we're starting something new. And remember, these changes in our life, these transitions are not always permanent. So it's nothing to be afraid of and nothing to also resist, but rather go into and not be afraid. This is where faith comes in, trusting that God has our highest interest in place, and that whatever changes He's asking us to make, or whatever final decisions He's asking us to come to, it is going to be for our highest benefit, for our true happiness, for our dreams to come true. So we need to trust. We need to invest in what we know is going to serve us for more greater good things in our life. And this might mean, you know, giving up things, or actually investing, maybe putting in something that you don't have in the moment, right? It's like almost like when you are a humanitarian and you give to the collective, when you're on mission, sometimes you don't have from where to give, but everybody needs to start somewhere, right? When I started my business, you know, there were a lot of things that I had to invest in that I didn't necessarily have like the funds for, or maybe all the tools for, right? There was a lot of incompleteness, but I did it anyway. And it's only grown to me now where I actually do have all the tools and I can make it better. And this is where we're also being upgraded, okay? When you deserve it, when you've put in the work, when you've sacrificed of what you didn't even have. Maybe you had to kind of put your personal life on the side for a while, and you didn't mind, you did it anyway. And God is rewarding us, God is seeing that. He is really acknowledging that, and He's gonna recompensate us for all the good that we've done for the collective. And that applies to all of you earth angels out there doing your work, doing your mission, no matter how the truth is being received by the people, because we already know that when we speak truth, not everybody's gonna be happy. When we try to make ourselves happy, and when we're making these decisions that we know is for our highest happiness, it's not going to make everybody around you happy, and you need to be okay with that, because we can't please everybody. That's the sad part, but it's the part where we need to be accepting of, because especially as empaths, sensitive people, and the fact that we love to be of help, we always want to be liked, but you need to know that you're not always going to be received well by everybody, and we need to be okay with that, because that comes with a package, that comes at a price. right? Trying to do good in the world doesn't mean that everybody's going to be receiving of this good, because first of all, not everybody's on the good side. And second of all, some people are too comfortable in their other life that they don't want to make changes, even if it's going to be for the better. They might be so unawoken and asleep that they don't see that. So they're blinded and they're not going to change because they've already set their ways. So you need to be okay with that too, not forcefully trying to change people. And that's also what the courthouse teaches us, right? Because even though the judge makes decisions, he can give punishment to like the one that's guilty, but it doesn't mean it's going to change him who he is, because maybe he did it with intention, right? Like, let's say he's found guilty for some kind of crime. Just because he gets the punishment or community service or he goes to jail for life doesn't mean it's going to change his character per se, right? You can do all that you can as a human, but at the end of the day, that's God's doing. If he really changes, it's going to be because something God did to him in his life to make him change his ways. And that's the greatest karma that anybody can experience. And that's the greatest lesson that we are learning with this full moon in Libra, is to let go and surrender the fate of other people's lives and focusing on your own, focusing on the people who do follow you, the people who do love you, who like you, and then doing all that you can to bring them on your ship and help them ascend with you. And that's the greatest service that we can do on this planet during these very tumultuous changing times. So that's a beautiful way to end this intro. Let me bring in my oracle cards to go deeper. I really do feel like there's more messages for us with this full moon in Libra on this spirituality retreat event tonight. I'll be right back. Alright, my soul family, welcome back. So we're going to begin with some healing cards, my Reiki healing cards, to find what is the main aspect in our life that needs healing, maybe a little extra attention. Let us begin. These are cards that I love to use and actually haven't used in quite some time. I usually bring them out in our retreats, but I really wasn't guided to them until today. So there's always a reason, a higher reason why, because sometimes there's messages and sometimes there's not. All right, let's just pick one card. All right, we have honor and respect others. And this is a very appropriate message, right? Because this is the golden rule. And this is almost very Libra as well, because Libra just rule communication. And I really feel like with this reconciliation, which is a main Libra thing as well, this is when we honor and respect others, is when we come to a very harmonious conclusion, right? Settlement. Any area in your life that needs a settlement, if you want to come to the highest way of doing this, is by simply honoring and respecting the other human. And that's when we can come up with harmonious decisions. We make conscious choices when we make contact with people, choosing those from whom we wish to learn, those that we want as friends, those that we work with. But we need to honor and respect all the people that we interact with in our lives, even if they're not in agreement with your life or how you go about your life or your decisions. Not just those in our inner circle, because everyone we meet is in some way one of our teachers, whether we love them or loathe them, which we should never hate anyone, right? Because they are all helping us to learn and grow spiritually. And this is something that I'm just being called to say. If you do find yourself that you hate someone for no reason, that is saying a lot that there's maturity to be focused on in your life, right? There's a lack of maturity in your life, lack of spiritual maturity in yourself, because there is no reason to hate, even if they've done wrong to you, or even if they have something that you don't want, right? That's no excuse to hate or envy or loathe anyone. It's a reflection of what's really going on within your hurt self, and that's what needs to be healed if you want to experience harmonious relationships, right? Because we're all helping each other to learn and grow spiritually. That's the main reason why we're on this planet. We also need to extend this kindness to ourselves, because we are important too. So don't be too harsh on yourself. definitely being more kind with even ourselves, because we deserve it. And how can we do this during these times? It's about becoming aware, being more aware of this moment right here, our present, our actions. It says be present, right? Life doesn't always turn out the way that we expect, but as long as we continue to struggle and strive to bring things under our control, we are just creating an energy cycle that makes things worse. However, there is no point in just squashing your fears and worries down. Instead, try to become aware of what you're really afraid of or worrying about, and then send love and Reiki to that fearful part of yourself. And this is what I'm feeling. That insecure self that hates or loathes someone else is where you need to become aware of what's going on within, the emotions that are triggering that, and helping you to heal that aspect that is making you react in ways that is so out of character or out of alignment. And then be present. And I'm also getting that these relationships that we are healing or perhaps perfecting during these times, again, because it's a Venus ruled full moon I'm feeling, is not only relationships with people, but it's our relationship even with like our mission, what we do for a living, what we do for service. Because this is, at the end of the day, our relationship with the collective people. So that is a relationship that, I guess in my situation, that this is what it would apply. It can also be familiar relationships, friendships, business partnerships, old ones, the ones in your life, or potentially new ones. All of this is what's being healed through communication, right? Needing to speak to settle something, right? Be present. The present moment is the one that you're living now, the only moment over which you have any control. So to be present is to be alive. Feel alive right now, this very minute. And then one last one, practice happiness. That's what we're after today, right? Practice happiness. Because as His Holiness, the Dalai Lama says, the purpose of life is to be happy. What a beautiful way to use these cards today. We need to work on being happy. And this is what these decisions are going to help us reach, is our true happiness. Let us get some chakra cards to get more healing information for aligned wellness during these times. Ooh, and we got the sacral chakra, which does make sense because Venus rules creativity.
For the cable bill. Forget all your passwords. Bill pay on the TD Bank mobile app keeps all your bills in one place.
Alright, that was awkward, but that was a YouTube commercial. But this is also related to our financial pocket.
Cool. He's my mirror.
Alright, so we got a sacral chakra energy. And this is very, very appropriate because this full moon in Libra, being that it's Venus ruled, is also bringing aspects of our creativity, fertility, and even sexual energy transmuted into creative energy. These are these projects that we're giving birth to. This is our miracle child, and this is divinely sent, divinely inspired. And in order to receive this, we need to release and empower. So a lot of empowerment is coming in to make these changes necessary. Release any stagnant energy. This is where this cleanup, this organization is coming in to declutter our lives, right? Is to be able to release stagnant energy, blocks in our life, and re-energize your spirit to feel more creative, alert, sexually empowered, and full of zest for life, more passion. When you do, all the magic and power that exists inside of you will push you forward, ahead, in the direction that your soul and spirit needs to go. And this is exactly the energy that's being sent to us right now. This forceful, motivating energy to be able to step it up and go somewhere, right? The next level. Ask your spirit guides for help overcoming obstacles or even fears, especially those that you may not be consciously aware of at this time. Let nothing hold you back from making these decisions. A great crystal to work with is the Imperial Topaz and Herb Fennel. Very beautiful. Yes, because we want to invite sacred serenity, peace in our lives. invite peace into this moment. This is what we're going to receive. This is the end result as a result of making those changes. We need to be brave and bold to make those changes. Maybe do things that are outside our comfort zone as well. But it's going to bring in more serenity. And not just any serenity that could even be seen as like a false peace, right? When you're peaceful in a very unstable situation that you really know is not its fullest potential, but you reach the next level when you've reached sacred serenity, when everything is in alignment, truly at a deep sacred level. Invite peace into this moment and let it permeate your entire being. Choose serenity, especially in moments of stress, because I do feel like there's been a lot of stress in the air, but only because all these changes have just been like taking us out of left field, right? And it's almost like brought our life out of alignment in a way, out of track. But because these are taking priority, and that's okay, because we're going to get back on track after this full moon in Libra. Align with an energy stream of allowance and ease, where you allow everything to be simply as it is of right now, without judgment or regret, right? Peace is your birthright. And when you soften into serenity and surrender, you also give others permission to do the same. Become the living example of angelic peace that you wish to experience. Emanate this energy. Crown chakra is being activated when we're receiving all of these revelations, next steps. Work with the crystal lepidolite and the herb St. John's wort, with which ironically also medicinally, St. John's wort helps to heal any depression if you're feeling. So definitely, if that's you, if you're feeling depressed or low in life, or maybe like your happiness is suffering and you're struggling to be happy, maybe you can take some of this herb and it can help you bring your spirits up. It's a little herbology for all of you. And if you do want to learn more about herbology, you can check out my herbology master course, available as part of my health and wellness brand, Body, Mind, and Spirit. Alright, so I'll be right back with a few more cards, and yeah, we'll just be right back. Alright, so I decided to bring in some of my angel cards, and we're going to bring in our Archangel Power cards and the Archangel Metatron Self-Mastery Oracle. Because I do feel like this is also what's coming up, is the opportunity for mastery in our skills, our talents, these projects that obviously require our skills. So let us ask more detail about this, because I feel like this is even career oriented, mission work related, and maybe power couple related, right? This is the kind of love that is coming together. This is finally the justice of these couples, right? Anything that's standing in the way, any delays, maybe it's our own karma that's standing in the way, needing to close out those cycles to be able to open this one, right? Because this kind of higher love is very specific with coming into union, because a lot of things need to be in alignment. It's like 90 out of 100 needs to be in alignment, or even 80 out of 100, because if you're any less than that, it's almost like a failing of a test, right? And it's just not good enough for this love to come into union. That's how specific God is with these power couples, because once they come into union, they do hold responsibility of setting an example, of bringing the mission to the next level. Even two powerful forces working together is world changing, revolutionary, and God needs to make sure that their spirit, their character, and even their karma is settled, right? That's the court decision as well that's coming in. Who deserves now to actually come into union as a reward, as a graduation almost. All right, let's get more messages here. I feel like just through the shuffling I was getting messages there. We see Archangel Ariel coming in for us, which is the angel of mission. And yeah, we have even Archangel Metatron with taking that leap of faith. This is the major arcana in the tarot deck. This is the tarot deck. And we are being asked to take that leap of faith. There's a beautiful man there with his companion dog, and Archangel Metatron overlooking him. He's going on a new journey. He's being asked to detour and take a new path. and he's getting that beautiful light from above. It's like he's had an aha moment, a hallelujah. Believe in yourself to take that next step for the new story. Listen to your heart. Do what really gives you joy. This is a beautiful energy here, because this is symbolic. This looks like an angel here too, an earth angel. And wow, it's the knight in shining armor coming to the divine feminine, the divine masculine on his horse, which is this one here. This is like the beginning of the story here. This is a full moon of relationships and true love, so we are going to bring this topic in. He is here finally free. He detached himself from anything from the past that was holding him back, and now he's free to come and conquer this woman on his horse, right? And he's very charming. He's also trustworthy here. It says understanding, which is what we all want as women, right? Devoted to the mission, and if they're devoted to the mission, you know they're going to be devoted to you, right? And they're even funny. They're very charismatic. They're very charming. And that's a beautiful combination, right? There's so much to accomplish together. Make a very detailed plan, being watched over by someone kind. This can also be someone in heaven watching over you. And this is what's going to bring joy. We got the Sun card, the Happiness card, Archangel Uriel coming in with glory, coming in with happiness, the light at the end of the tunnel. Life is wonderful. We have so much to be grateful for. That's also what brings us joy, right? Is remembering to stay grateful. Thrive through the power of positive thinking and inspiring success. There's going to be success out of these decisions made. Yeah, we got the Magician, the #1 card, which follows the Leap of Faith, the 0 card. This is what we're alchemizing, a better future. You can manifest the life that you want. What you need will magically appear. Successful new beginnings. And this is karma, the wheel. This is all in our destiny story that God has already written out. Archangel Jeremiah giving us the wisdom, revelations through our third eye, giving us that guidance. New beginnings. We have a lot of new beginnings here. You see, end of delays. A change in direction that offers happiness. Couldn't have said it better. This is like the perfect guidance right here. We had a whole story here to give us this guidance. And guess what? We got 5 cards, which is numerology, the number of change. Thank you. And let us get one oracle card from Archangel Metatron for self-mastery. And we're going to read from the oracle book. This is a beautiful oracle artwork too. Before I look, let me put it away so we don't get tempted to look for more. Right? And it's also like after you make your decision, don't overthink it. Just go for it, because if you overthink it, you're gonna delay it. You're gonna just go in circles and you're never gonna come to a conclusion. Alright. Oh my god, this is exactly what I was actually thinking before coming on camera. Was the Kundalini Effect. I was thinking of the serpent, and the serpent in metaphysical terms does symbolize the Kundalini rising, right? It symbolizes also the rebirth, which again with Easter coming in, with Jesus resurrecting on the cross, it is the rebirth, it is the transmutation, it is the death and the rebirth. It's almost like the death card, the Scorpio energy. We need to transform. This is the metamorphosis energy of 2022, and this is actually a Lightworker University presentation that I did, a paid event, that you can definitely watch it on my website, christopherramirez.com/lightworkeruniversity. You can watch the part 1, which is 2022, the metamorphosis, and actually next weekend, the trailer is going to be released soon. I am going to be presenting the part 2, which is 2022, the resurrection. The next half of this year after Easter. And this is all this Kundalini healing that's taking place. There's a lot of chakras here. I was really feeling the chakra energy today. And this is also the book that I am writing currently, and it's been like under construction for like 2 years. and it took a break a year, and now I'm like gonna rewrite it. And this is this untapped energy, untapped potential, you see. So we're needing to restart, redo things to fill it, or should I say fulfill it into its highest potential. This is a beautiful energy. Let's read from the book. Let's see. And it's the number 35 card, which is a very significant number about the wake-up call. It is a wake-up call. We are being rebirthed. That's what I'm feeling. We're being resurrected. Oh my God, I said Archangel Sandalphon before, and he just opened us for us. He is with us. He is actually Metatron's angelic other half, which is the twin flames of the angelic realms. So that's interesting because Archangel Metatron did come up for us, and so did Sandalphon. So again, this is Master number 22, divine partnerships coming together very strongly. Our ancestors helping us behind the scenes. All right, let's tap into this untapped energy. Think about the amount of untapped, unused energy at your disposal. It's even potential that you might not even be aware of, right? And it's what we're being asked to delve into. This is where taking that next level is going to come into play to help bring out more of what's still in there yet to be expressed. This is what I've been talking about these past new moon cycles. I said, if you watch the new moon in Aries as well, that we are being given the opportunity to redo something that we experimented with, but perhaps didn't really reach the fullest potential because there was missing tools, missing aspects to that project. And this is this opportunity now to do it again and bring it to its fullest potential, which is going to be so magical, so transformative, like unexpectedly, right? And that's just one like program in our life, right? Think about it. So you can just almost like have hope in the other programs, like the other chakras, right? Every chakra has a potential to do great things in your life when they're healed. Now, can you just imagine if you keep moving up and heal all those chakras? This is exponential ascension here and transcendence. All right, life is busy and you may be time poor. Sometimes you feel particularly weary, yet you are encouraged to go within and realize the huge well of energy available to you to help support your path to enlightenment. And this is what we're reaching, enlightenment. It is there in your earthly vessel, the human body in which your eternal soul dwells. The true purpose of our life is to evolve on our soul journey. Like a burning furnace within you, the Kundalini fire energy depicted on this card needs tending and stoking. A fire that is forgotten will emit a quiet heat, but no real flames of passion or electrical current to awaken all that is available as raw primal energy, drive, and insight. Become aware of the coiled serpent at your base chakra. This is all root chakra energy, which what I tapped into. You see, I channeled this already, even before coming to this point. This part of you is just as real as anything else. And I think it's so interesting because actually my outfit for this event, this special event, is actually red. And I thought about this already quite like a few months back when I got this outfit. It's gonna be red. And I feel like this is all this energy here being activated. So interesting. So this part of you is as real as anything else. Make friends with it, be at peace with its presence, and realize that within its coils, which wish to unfold upward, there is raw power and divine essence that is yours and yours alone. Use it to ignite passion, to inspire ideas, or to receive spiritual truths. But first, allow it to flow up your spine, warming each part with its light and color and energy. Tuning in now, ask yourself if you are aware of this vast energy reservoir within you. You can awaken it gently and train it via many practices, meditation, yoga, movement, dance. Maybe you wish to start such an activity now. So this is all going to be very important. Your health and wellness practices. A fifth dimensional frequency will also naturally start to stir and will give you innate understanding of its location and any blocks as the Kundalini arises within you. Ask Archangel Metatron to guide this process. Take time, there is just no rush. It is time for it now to awaken within and for you to start to read and meditate on its presence within you. So much Kundalini teachings has focused on the chakras, and these are all hugely important in understanding your holistic self. There's a lot of holistic healing that's definitely happening, right? Holistic healing, if you all don't know, I actually did a nutrition lecture on this, about holistic medicine and true deep healing. If you're dealing with any physical ailments or even illnesses, we need to realize that from a holistic standpoint, this is all spiritual in nature. The holistic healing happens when you go deep to the core of the root, which is spiritual in nature. Something within your soul is screaming for attention. And this is the type of healing that is going to get you to the next level, to genuine health and wellness. Okay? So the next step is sensing this bliss-like energy as it curls up your spine and back, releasing and purifying and being able to take you to higher states of consciousness than you had previously thought possible. An awakened, upgraded chakra system results too. And if you want access to my nutrition lecture, become a member of my holistic nutrition series. Go to christyramirez.com/nutrition. So this is just all upgradings that are happening in your life, all these upgrades. Just like your computer software gets upgraded, we also get upgraded at a DNA level. Look at the image on this card and absorb its colors and energy. Let it show you the state of your own Kundalini energy, dormant, awake, or even half awake. There's no judgment, no right or wrong for it to be, right? Because sometimes this Libra energy can bring judgment, what's right and what's wrong. But when we see ourselves from the eyes of love, we need to be compassionate, to have no judgment, and be forgiving. It is a part of you. Accept all aspects of you. Integrate it and own it. It is there to help your spiritual path by igniting fire, color, and light within you to help you see, feel, hear, and taste with kaleidoscopic senses, which is your ability to see color. What an extraordinary hidden asset. Let Metatron unveil it for you at the right time and in the right manner. A truly awakened spirit awaits. This is this transcendence that a lot of us are going to be going through. And any of you out there who are asleep, this is your opportunity to get awakened and to get to the next level. And it's the only way is through the spiritual path, right? Nothing physical can ever compare. I'll be right back. So I'm guided to one more deck, which is my love deck, my soulmate deck, spiritual partners, and we do want some messages here. These are secret messages that want to come through. I actually wasn't going to pick it up, but it called my name today. This is something that I created as well, just for a little fun here. Let's just bring in a couple messages. Wow, don't let me go. So this is these spiritual partners talking to each other in spirit. We are being magnetized, right? Don't give up on love is what it's saying. I want to ask you what I should do. So again, this is these decisions that need to be taken place, and maybe there is like this maybe doubt of what to do. I know I've been playing myself. So again, people in false situations being released and also being honest about, right? There's a lot of just pretending to care, but you know what? By apologizing and feeling sorry, we can definitely move up. This is how we heal and reconcile any relationships that need healing. Because anything toxic needs to be released. Alright, let's just get one more here. And again, this is also karmic fate, that things that are already in alignment in our life, it's gonna happen, right? And that's where we need to put our trust in. We need to put our trust that God has everything under control, as it should be. And that's how it will be. So that is it for our spiritual talk today. Thank you for joining me. We're gonna take a little short break, and we're gonna begin our healing, Ensemble Healing session to definitely seal all this beautiful golden energy for us today and help us start this new cycle in our life. Hello my soul family, welcome to our Ensemble Healing session today for this full moon in Libra. My name is Christy Ramirez and I'm your health and wellness expert, owner of Body, Mind and Spirit, your health and wellness brand. So we are here today to heal and reach harmony. This is the closing out of any unpeaceful energy that you've been feeling in your life, and we're letting and releasing that go. And we're going to be receiving today sacred serenity to help us feel at peace, help us reach a state of inner balance as well as outer balance, and a full-blown life of harmony. This is a wonderful energy for today. So let us close our eyes to receive this beautiful energy. Take deep inhales and just exhale what doesn't serve you. resurrection, his transformation from flesh to spirit. We are acknowledging his death and his rebirth as something greater, something eternal, infinite, right? Our body dies, but not our soul. And that is why it's our priority to make sure that it's in alignment. And we learn from his example here on earth to always do good. Jesus is here helping us to heal miraculously. It can be any area of your body. It doesn't have to be physical. Maybe it's some emotional part of you, or maybe it's something mental, or maybe something even in your spiritual health that needs realignment. Jesus is going to heal us right now. Sending you Reiki healing energy for you all. Healing your heart. Opening it back up. That are bringing you down, that are negative in nature, and allow yourself to float above water with positivity, with hope, with faith, with light, with love. Because when we float above water, it's because we're light, right? So we really need to reach this light-hearted energy. And that's when we've reached the ending of our healing. I hope that this message today serves you and that you all have a beautiful Easter tomorrow and celebrate Jesus, honor him. Maybe take a look at the Bible or watch a Jesus movie. Learn more about something. Check out my School of Light as well. We've done lots of weekly holy messages with Jesus. We've done sacred prayer circles with Mother Mary, and we've even done Bible study class, which is more of like a in-depth, I want to say like research kind of class, and just getting these holy messages as well from different passages in the Bible. It's not necessarily like teaching about the Bible, like teaching the Bible. It's just more about just receiving messages and interpreting them. So it's just a very fun addition to your life that I feel it can benefit your soul growth and your journey. Have an amazing and beautiful full moon in Libra. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all for the next new moon. I'm wishing you all lots of love, sending you all lots of light and healing. Namaste.